I have a story about America that I like to tell that's very close to home. And it illustrates the reason America's been able to grow and the reason and the way constitutional government works. The story is the founding of this college. I think it's a really great story. A bunch of New England preachers came west out to the frontier in Michigan in the 1840s, and they started a college 30 miles from here up in Spring Arbor. And they moved it down to what is now little bitty Hillsdale. It was little then, to get to a big town. And they went from town to town, and they asked who would give some money to locate a college. And the city fathers of Hillsdale gave $15,000 on condition that these founders, including a man named Ransom Dunn, would match it. They met in the city hall to make the deal. The city hall didn't have any government official in it. In fact, most government was purely voluntary back then, and well into the 20th century it was in America. But it's interesting how they started the college. They started it in juxtaposition and in service to the principles of the United States of America. Its freedom, they were abolitionist, and its constitutional form of rule. And they thought learning the great books was necessary to preserve that. Now, the end of my story is the fruits of that. Because it just so happens in July of 1863, there was a big old battle down in Gettysburg, and there was a place called the Wheat Fields. And we had at least 40 boys there in a place that changed hands 6 times. Nobody had taught those boys military science when they were at Hillsdale College. They had been taught to love and understand the purposes of our country. And so all of the young men, I say there were 30 or 40 boys in that particular place, in E Company of the Michigan 4th, we had over 500 young men go join the Union Army, and that's nearly all the young men. And nobody ever told them they had to. And just like today, our kids join the military and serve the country. But you see, if you carry in your own heart the love for the principles of your country, then in time of need, you will rally to serve them. And that is a potentially infinite force. And that means anything can happen. Any fine and wonderful thing can happen if you govern people as free people.